First of all, okay. 10 essentials to a successful paid media campaign. If you're not doing these, well, you're not making a lot of money. But if you want to generate revenue with your paid ads and you want to generate growth in a sustainable way, you got to follow these. Okay, first off, signal is key. What am I talking about here? Making sure you're actually tracking conversions, but you're tracking conversions all the way from a form fill to a qualified lead and to a customer, and making sure these signals are feeding back into the ad platforms, whether it's through conversion API, server-side tracking, all these different elements of it, or whatever platform it is. Data signal is key. Secondly, you need an offer. You need a compelling offer. Yes, promos and that kind of stuff are one type of offer, but I'm talking about how are you going to solve and instill trust with your solve your potential customer's problem. And a good offer needs to be like almost a no-brainer. You've probably all heard Alex Hermosi's $100 million offer. Something that you can't say no, you'd feel stupid saying no to, or you had 90 people, 100 people in the room, and 90 of them would say yes to this offer. It has to be that compelling, because paid media, especially for cold traffic, like how are we going to get cold traffic into your funnel? They're likely not going to spend thousands of dollars right away. So we need to have a cold traffic offer, and then we need to have mid funnel and bottom of funnel trust offers that can then convert them too. So cold does not equal warm. So you don't pitch a stranger, that you pitch someone who already trusts you. They're just different. And if you do the same to both, you're probably going to lose on both ends. Speak to one person. Okay, this is great. When you're building ads, you build out your ICP, you build out your what your solution is that solves their problems. You're speaking to that ICP, and if you're trying to speak to all of your customer profiles at once, you're failing. So pick your customer, speak directly to them, and make them feel heard, like their problems are heard, and you have a solution for them. Trust before you ask. Like I said earlier, you're not going to ask someone for a $10,000 sale on the first call. You need to build trust. This is through short form, long form, blog content, trust signals. It depends on the size of your sale. People who buy a $100 product require a different amount of trust to people who buy a $10,000 product. So, this goes a long way, but trust before you ask for the sale. Build that. Speed to lead wins. Making sure you're texting them SMS or RCS. iMessage is great in the US, WhatsApp for international, where make sure you're messaging them right when they're submitting the lead. When they submit that lead, they are interested. They have been browsing. You've caught their attention with your ad. You convinced them to give you their information. Make sure you're capitalizing on it with speed to lead. So that's email nurturing right away. That's personalized messages from your sales team, instantly automated. Within that first 5 minutes, you can increase conversion rates significantly. Okay, short cycles, or sorry, I missed one. Always test in pairs. This one is just A/B testing, declare a winner, iterate, get better. When you find a winner, double down. When you find a loser, cut it, and make sure you have your numbers set so you can identify what's a scalable winner versus what's a testing winner, right? So testing, short cycles win. This one's really important. You need to iterate often, like testing headlines, testing layouts, testing offers, ship fast, see what your numbers are, and move quickly. Like if you're not continuously, and that doesn't mean make a decision before you have enough data to actually make the decision, but it means when you want to test something, don't, done is better than perfect, long story short. Marketing nurtures and sales closes. So make sure that when you submit your form, you're doing nurturing and qualification follow-ups. You want them to come to their sales call that they already have some information. Potentially, I have seen great tactics where you actually retarget to them based on their objections and pain points, even after they've submitted their lead. Or same thing with your email nurture funnel. Make sure you're addressing objections, addressing pain points, and then your sales team can focus on the close. And finally, know your numbers. What's your customer acquisition cost? What's your lifetime value? What's your payback, your return on ad spend? Whatever it is for you, there are some key fundamentals. And key tip here is not just like what your target is, what's your range? So you might have a $100 customer acquisition cost target. However, If it's under 200, it's still profitable for you. So you can test up to $200 and you can scale at $100 or $125. So know those numbers, know what your break even point is, know what your scale point is, so that you can move quickly when you come across those iterations. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. Hope that was helpful.